Keep It 100 is brought to you by Triple Double, clapping cheeks and taking names since 1987.
La 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 la. This is a quote from my haters. Yeah. You got me feeling like the greatest. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm about to blow up. Hey, young world. Casey Huckle here.
Bitch, I'm about to blow up.
Host of Keep It 100. And proud to say, over halfway done with the show. And it just occurred to me that a lot of people have podcasts that they don't have a deadline. But I feel like 100 is a good square number. It's ambitious, almost too ambitious. But that does keep me keeps me disciplined, keeps me motivated to. Once you know that there's a finish line, you know when to give it all. It kind of gives you a break, so you know when there's an end. That then you know when to relax. But in the meantime, let's get it. And so, Keep It 100 is about quotes. These could be expressions, Bible verses, song lyrics, proverbs. What your mama said last night, I don't know. Who knows where this could go? I think there is even a quote from me in this show. Maybe you heard it if you have listened to this show before. Please rate and review my wherever you may get podcasts. I will be paying attention. And lastly, I want to welcome you to the show. I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, let's get it. It is because mankind are disposed to sympathize more entirely with our joy than with our sorrow that we make parade of our riches and conceal our poverty. Nothing is so mortifying as to be obliged to expose our distress to the view of the public and to feel that though our situation is open to the eyes of all mankind, no mortal conceives for us the half of what we suffer. That would be Adam Smith. Yeah, surprise. That's Adam Smith. He's the economist from Scotland. This quote is from The Theory of Moral Sentiments, which was written in 1759. And guess what? Things haven't changed that much. He's talking about human nature, morality, how to behave, basically. And, yeah, human nature, talking about, even though this is surprising because the guy, he's, say pigeonholed or known as a numbers guy, an economist, the godfather, the father of economy, and he's talking about people, which shows how intelligent, how broadly these guys, dating back to the dawn of man, he's probably you call him a Renaissance man, like a lot of these guys were, and it's amazing to read shit from back then because you realize that things haven't changed so much. I mean, people will always be people, and we got our technology and our cars and all that, and new clothes and all that shit. But at the core, we're still the same, And this quote proves that. And so with the quote, I stumbled on it because it was covered in a chapter of "Ego is the Enemy" by Ryan Holiday, which I suggest you read. And this is just an example. It's from he has a quote at the beginning of every chapter, right? And he covers how his book serves as a teaching that a lecture that people will always have an ego, right? No matter who you are, whether you're Adam or the last person on Earth. And the quote, which I'm going to have to read again because it is long, right? It took me a while. It took me more than 10 seconds to read it. I'm going to read it again. It is because mankind are disposed to sympathize more entirely with our joy than with our sorrow that we make parade of our riches and conceal our poverty. So we're more attracted to success than failure, right? And I think we naturally expect success. At least that was my default mode of thinking. Was I'm going to be a professional golfer. I've talked about this ad nauseum and throughout the show. I'm going to be great at this. I'm going to be great at that, and things are going to go. In your head, you can imagine. You just assume things are always going to go your way, or the other extreme of extreme pessimism. And it's hard to find that middle ground, which is reality. And to continue with the quote, nothing is so mortifying as to be obliged to expose our distress to the view of the public and to feel that though our situation is open to the eyes of all mankind, no mortal conceives for us the half of what we suffer. And that sentence at the end there is the reason why that quote made it to the show, is because I've been through my trials and tribulations, and I remember feeling sorry for myself because people didn't know how darkly I was thinking. And I remember sitting at Cooper Reese, if you recall, is it's not a mental institution. I mean, you could call it that. But, residency where people try to improve your mental health down in North Carolina. I just remember looking at the phone and not hearing from a couple people that I wanted to hear, including my stepsister and my stepbrother, who believe, I don't know if they even give it thought, but every relationship has its boundary, and you're not going to hear from everyone every day. And what I learned is that I could be doing anything extreme, anything grand, jump over the Grand Canyon. I still might not get the validation from people for doing such an amazing thing. And that's kind of where my brain has kind of gotten lost, and is like, I'll do something super and like millions of people will follow me. I think that's actually been my MO since I was around 20 or 21. Coming up with these plans. I'll be a famous rapper. My doctors had told me that's grandiosity and it's not really going to get you anywhere, but frustrated. And they were right, but I needed to figure that out. I needed to try to pursue my dreams, and my dreams have changed so much because they were failure, though I don't look at it that way. But yeah, so Adam Smith is saying people care more about you when you're doing well, right? And it takes a lot of pride, because you do feel ashamed when, he's used the word distress. I was going through a lot of distress in 2017, 18, and through 19, and I think people just are more comfortable with positivity, and toxic positivity is a big deal, a big issue, and we need to comfort and validate people whether they're doing great or doing poorly, even though there is that human tendency of condition of being attracted to things going well, right? Things going great. It's it's human nature to run from vulnerability, and that's what the quote is about. But everyone's going to fail, trust me. And I think it's how you react to it that defines you as a person. And I feel like, going through that time at Cooper Reese's, was so humbling. I was so uncomfortable, so stupid at the time. But I somehow got out of it. And now I'm realizing that we need quotes like this one, where how are you going to react to your distress, and not to expect people to to give a shit when you're doing really bad. It'll never be enough if you're always like waiting for more and more people to even to congratulate you when you're doing well or sympathize with you when you're doing poorly. So that's what I got from this quote. What did you get from it? Give me a shout if you have some reaction. And as is tradition, I'll read it again, especially since it's a mouthful. It is because mankind are disposed to sympathize more entirely with our joy than with our sorrow, that we make parade of our riches and conceal our poverty. Nothing is so mortifying as to be obliged to expose our distress to the view of the public, and to feel that though our situation is open to the eyes of all mankind, no mortal conceives for us the half of what we suffer. So, to sum up my experience in 2018, it was, why don't people care about what I think? I'm in such a deep, dark, lonely place, and people aren't reaching out to me. People should be. That thinking just put me in a more of a deeper, darker, terrible place as my phone rings. Let's see here. I will call him right back. That's my brother-in-law. See, he cares about me. So, just remember to validate yourself even when you're doing poorly. All right? Talk to you guys later. Peace.